And welcome back. Hey, I'm the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You're watching Open. You know, our last guest is no stranger to the show. He's joined us a few months back to speak about the work that he's been doing with his students at the KIP Academy, also known as KIP Academy String and Rhythm Orchestra. He joins us to speak about his upcoming performance. Please welcome to the show, Ma JiD. Ma JiD is in the house.
How you doing, Dr. Bob? Thank you for having me.
Good. You know, thank you for all the wonderful work that you do over at KIP Academy. But I want to just tell a little bit about yourself and some of the things that you're doing, because the last time we spoke, I think you were going on a trip to Japan,
Yes,
and
yes,
you had the album called No Looking Back.
yes. It's doing well.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
And
I mean, the last time we spoke, I was traveling to Japan, and which I did. It was very successful
that's good.
performances out there in Niigata Prefecture, as well as in the Tokyo area with my band No Looking Back, and people are loving the album all around the world, as you
Yeah,
can see, and it's been a blessing.
that's good. You keep doing your thing. And then how did you connect with Duke Jones? Because he
Well,
plays
Duke
a trumpet,
Jones,
right?
he is a trumpeter. Yes,
Yeah.
he's a trumpeter, composer, and he's as well. He has a label. My album is out on his label
Ah,
called Baseline Records. Yes, indeed. And we from that point, uh, he's seen me play, he's heard me play, he knows the vision, he knows the music, and he believes in me. So he connected me to this opportunity. He's been playing with Norman Connor's band in his Starship orchestra for many years, and there was an opportunity for me to present my music and my band No Looking Back to open for his upcoming performance with Norman Connors and Gene Carn.
yeah.
So,
And Sandra Trim DaCosta has been working with you also?
yes, we've been working for some years now. Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. Now tell us about some of the work that you're doing over at the school.
Well, I'm teaching students string instruments as well as an array of rhythm instruments as
Uh-huh.
well, because the orchestra that I am leading up is in the name of it is the KIP Academy String and Rhythm Orchestra.
Yeah.
So I teach violin, viola, cello. I also teach electric bass. I teach drums. I teach keyboard as well as an instrument called the glockenspiel.
Ah.
We call it the bells here.
The bells.
Yeah. Nice and simple.
Yeah, yeah. So when somebody's coming to your class for the first time,
Sure.
um, what's the instruction that you give them?
Well, first and foremost, we start them off with a regimen of vocal training
Ah,
because instrument like the violin, viola, or cello, or many other instruments are just an extension of the human voice.
so
So what we do is
yeah. So it's the
hmm?
closest. Which one is the closest instrument to the human voice? The
The one that's
saxophone,
closest to no, the one that's closest to the human voice is the violin.
the violin. Wow.
Violin, viola, and the cello. Yes.
Yes. I
Yep.
always thought it was the saxophone.
No, no, no. The saxophone has a bit more of a honky sound.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, yeah.
you
It's
always have that call and response with the vocal, with the voice and the saxophone.
well, I know why you might think that simply because these are instruments that utilize the breath to create their sound.
Ah, okay.
So the phrasing of brass instruments and woodwind instruments is very much the phrasing vocal is very
Uh,
vocal.
yeah.
However, the sound itself is the violin, the strings sound more like vocals,
Yeah.
like singing.
So, and you give hands-on instruction there, so the students get an opportunity to pick up a violin or one of the instruments.
Absolutely, they play instruments from fifth through eighth grade, and on occasion, I just had a student that graduated from high school who was a student here at KIPP and
Yeah.
then followed me at Harlem School of the Arts. And now she's going to be attending um, a college in the city, Hunter College.
Hmm.
But she also auditioned and had success performing in other spaces. Yes.
Beautiful. Now, when
Yeah.
I know you get an opportunity to play for the students too. What's the first thing that you teach them on the violin?
Well, when I'm first teaching them is the bow. I teach them how to play, how to hold the bow, because
Uh huh.
the bow. That's kind of like the lungs. If this was a if the instrument was the singer, the bow would be the lungs. So I
Got it.
teach them how to hold the bow first. How is it that you hold the bow? The bow can be a little awkward in the hand as well. You want to be able to utilize your fingers to get a smoother, more um, vocal sound.
And if you're right-handed, you have the bow in your right hand. Right?
You always, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you hold the violin, the bow in your right hand.
Oh, okay. So what's next? What do they learn next?
After they're holding their bow properly with the
Yes.
proper function, then I teach them how they might be able to hold their instrument. So I go with a relaxed wrist approach, thumb up pointing toward the sky.
Uh huh.
The violin comes down to you as a gift from the sky. It
Right.
doesn't. We don't pull the violin up like this. We receive the violin as a gift from the sky.
That's
And we
after you
keep
get
it.
comfortable. Then you can go all whatever you want to do. Right.
Well, I think that there are different styles and different methods
Uh huh.
by which people hold the violin, but this is the way we hold the violin without any shoulder rest or anything like that. We just go straight in and we play.
Okay. And and then go from there. Then you play for them. When you play for them, what do you show them?
Well, when I'm playing for them, I do a number of things. I mean, I teach them how to do. I teach them that the violin is a very quick instrument, but it's also a very singing instrument. So I'll play like a very quick uh, line or piece. My go-to is a very easy etude that I learned when I was very young, called the Fiorillo Etude for violin number 28. I
Yeah.
really play that for them. They always get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Then I'll play something that's a little bit more melodious and more vocal in nature. So I might play one of my pieces, my original pieces of music, or I might play um, a Bach piece or play something like that, or even play, my Starship, something like this, something
Oh,
that's very R&B or vocal in nature.
yeah. So, but that first one that you said before you played a melodic one is which
Yeah.
one? Let me hear you do
It's
that one there, because we're doing a lesson right here. We're doing a whole lesson for people who want to get involved in picking up a violin or an instrument.
yeah. It's called the Fiorillo A228.
Yeah. Now it'll take them some time to learn that one, just starting out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just to get them enthusiastic about playing the instrument. The
Yeah.
reality is this instrument takes many, many, many months to get at least a decent sound. It's
Yeah.
not like a keyboard instrument where you just come and you poke the
Uh-huh.
button and then the sound comes out. You got to produce the sound physically, and it has to be just
Yeah.
right, or it's going to sound squeaky, as many amateurs sound.
Yeah. But like with anything else, you have to take some time. You have to practice, right? You have to put the time in.
Yes,
So,
yes, absolutely.
and then the next thing that you played was the melodic piece. How did that sound?
Well, I'll play the theme to my album called No Looking Back.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
for instance.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then when you go on the road with Duke Jones or Norman Connors or something, you play
Yeah.
"You Are My Starship." Uh.
Yes, yes, yes. That's a classic. That's a classic piece. But we play all sorts of things.
Let me hear that Starship piece real quick. Yes, you are a starship, and don't be late. All right, come to say. Beautiful. That's how you do it. So listen, you've been doing it for some time. You're doing it. You're still educating people, and you're traveling. You're on your. I
Yes.
don't know how you find the time for all of this. How do you put it together? How do you make it work?
Many, many sleepless nights and having a good family with you, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
having some people who understand what you're doing and believe in what you're doing and support what you're doing, not just believe and understand, but support what you're doing. And so I have a great family. I have a wonderful wife and kids that really, they love what I do and they support it. They're very enthusiastic about
that's very important because if you're thinking they're not with you, you're like, oh, I got to worry about them, and you're all over the place. So
it.
if
Absolutely.
everybody's on the same page, moving together in the same direction, that's what makes it all happen. That's what makes it all work.
Absolutely.
Now,
Indeed.
tell us a little bit about trap jazz. Ah,
Oh, trap jazz is something that I got into doing many, many years ago, and it's kind of one of the styles of music that I deal in and I play.
yeah.
Um, I have two projects that are trap jazz projects: Sufamato Symphony Volume One and Sufamato Symphony Volume Two. And what it really does is it combines the an urban rhythmic sensibility along with a more jazz sensibility.
Yeah.
So what you'll find is if you're the type of musician or a person who is listening or just listener and you really like the driving bass and the driving drums of, let's say, your favorite hip hop song,
Uh huh.
you know, uh, that'll be present, but on top will be harmonies that are a little bit more uh, i- i- intricate and a little bit more involved um, in an intellectual way. So
Yeah.
we combine both two, the best of both worlds, and we come up with trap jazz, and
Yeah.
people really enjoy it. So I find myself doing certain projects, trap jazz projects, along with I have a project, those two projects, Supermodern Symphony Volume One and Volume Two, and I
Mm.
also have a project with a rap artist, uh,
Called Dime a
Diamond.
Dozen.
Yes, indeed. So we have that project, and we're going to be, I'm going to be booking and planning for a tour for myself and Diamond Dozen to go to Canada,
Yeah.
coming soon. So yeah,
Beautiful. How do you mix this with traditional jazz like the Thelonious Monks and the jazz that they played on CD 101.9, contemporary
yeah,
jazz?
yeah. Well, the reality is jazz that you were speaking of, like a more, uh, let's say, a bebop centered jazz, just has a more technical melodic line. So what we do is we'll take the complex harmonic sensibilities of jazz, which are prevalent in all jazz. The one thing that makes jazz a unique and unbelievable art form is its harmonic sensibility along with its rhythmic sensibility.
Yeah.
But the melodic sensibility is the difference between, let's say, a CD 101.9 or a
WBGO.
WBGO. Yeah, you'll find. something that has a little bit more of an intricate melodic and instrumental bass line, meaning vocals will not be doing all of this going two octaves up and then two octaves down and doing arpeggios and things like that.
Yeah.
But you'll find that in a bebop melody. You'll hear that. When it comes to a CD 101.9, the melodies are more vocal in nature. They're the type of melody that
Yeah.
you might be able to hum. If you come to the concert, you might be able to hum that melody
Yeah.
and walk away with a hummable melody.
Do they
So,
all incorporate that call and response? What do they all
oh
have in
yeah,
common?
that's absolutely. I mean, this is what you're talking about. Call and response is the root of African music, and jazz is an Afro-centric music. It's from uh, Africans who came into this country and were met with sorts of odds that had them produce this music. And as far back as the motherland, there's the call and response. One would play something on the drums, and then the response might be whether it be in the immediate crowd or it could be in the village, not a couple of miles away,
Yeah.
because the drums were used to communicate
Yes.
via, and this is the call and response. It was literally, hey, are you coming? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I'm coming. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
And so this is pervasive throughout all African based music. It's in hip hop, you know, say hey oh, hey,
Hey.
yeah, they'll do that. You know what I mean? In violin, or in the sense of the blues, you'll hear, the rhythm. Da, 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 da. Then the drums will play it again. And then we'll get the crowd going. We might sing, a little melody, and then we'll get the crowd going. I do this all the time in my concerts. I
Yeah.
have call and response in my concerts all the time. I have them clap back with me. I'll even get them to scream, like a la some hip hop concerts.
Yeah.
It's just the essence of the music. Call and response is key. You
Throw your
hear it in
hands
church.
in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. Like a Ginger Rogers and a Fred Astaire. Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Say ho.
ho
Say ho, ho.
ho ho.
All the ladies in the house say ow. Somebody
Ah.
scream. And then you say,
Yes,
you got what I need.
exactly. You say he's just a friend. Yes, this is the essence about music. It's funny because hip hop just brought it back up to the forefront,
Yeah.
but it's always been there. It's
Yeah.
been evident in our music for as long as we've been here,
Yeah.
and perhaps as long as we've been on this planet.
Beautiful. Now you've been working with Dime a Dozen for some time. I think that was his picture that just flashed
That
up.
that was Dime. Yes, that was
Yeah.
Dime. Shouts out to Dime. Yes, we
Yeah.
were in the studio not too long ago recording some things for his most recent project entitled uh, Ghetto Olympics 3.
Yeah.
So we were doing something in the studio. I was literally at his house only about a month ago, laying some tracks for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's still producing music, and some of it is fun, some of it is thought
Yeah.
provoking, some of it is, but it's strong quality music for sure.
Yeah. Did you ever think about I don't know if you've done it or not, Majid.
Yeah.
You ever think about working with some of the students from KIP Academy and putting out
In
something,
terms of,
recording something?
oh yeah, I mean, we have done some videos. There's some videos online of me performing with the ensemble, about three or four of them. Yeah, some of
Every
them have
time I have a
some.
thought, a light bulb goes off in here. Just did you see that little flash?
I saw it. I saw it.
So yeah, maybe we should put something together with the kids, with the youngsters.
I think it would be great. Let's do it. I think they've played with me before, and they know how I do things, and I believe that
Yeah.
they'll be enthusiastic and willing to do it. This is our community, so
Yeah.
it'd be great to have them out.
You ever have some of the old kids come back? And some of the kids that you taught over the years?
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely. Um, uh, the last time that occurred was in December of 2023, I
Yeah.
believe. Yep, that was 2023. We had a little concert, and then our theme song here at the Kip Academy String and Rhythm Orchestra is our theme song is called Shaft. You know the theme.
Dun,
So
dun,
at
dun, dun,
the
dun,
end
dun,
of every
dun.
concert, yep, we play Shaft. And so what we did is we had some of the alumni come back, and they two or three traded off the drums. One hopped on the bass. Yeah, they come
Wow.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
we this is a very community oriented school, and
That'd
we
be
have
good to
quite
see.
quite a wonderful history
Yeah.
here.
We should put that together in the auditorium over there. That'd be good to see.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm game if you're game.
Yeah. And maybe a Kips Bay reunion. Have everybody come back. Family reunion. Gotta have.
It's funny you said that because we have a song, another one of our themes for that very same concert is Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
Yeah. I like that.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Yeah.
We're on the move.
That
And
has a
we
good call
it's
and response in it too.
it does. It does. It does. So the kids
Yeah.
love it.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of because that's Frankie Crocker was the first one to play that on WBLS.
Oh
And,
really?
and it's called the WBLS National Anthem. Ain't no stopping us
Really?
now. Yep.
We gotta get it together. This is our theme. The kids could play it. We've done it.
Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh, the bulbs are going off again. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, you are currently doing something. Are you still touring right now in concert, or what's coming up?
Well, I'm back. I'm back here. I got off the road. I just flew in from Narita Airport. I flew into JFK just on Friday,
Yeah.
and we got back. And so for this summer tour, that's
Mhm.
over, and we're going to be looking to do further traveling to Canada and we're really looking to book in London and London, England, and we're looking to do some booking in Vienna,
Yeah.
Italy. That's where my album is being played a lot.
Oh, beautiful. And you feel most comfortably when school's out, right? You do most of your touring?
Yeah, but you know, I have some days I can move around.
You can move around. You can move around.
I can move around.
Yeah. You leave like on a Thursday. Hey, somebody cover for me Thursday and Friday. I'll be back Monday.
You know it. You know it.
Where can
We
we
got to
find
do it.
you? Social
We got to
media?
spread the music. Yes, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at God Violin.
Uh-huh.
Yep, God Violin, just the way it's spelled. GODVIOLIN, violin.
Beautiful.
And you can also find me at my website. Yep, there you go. At
Yeah.
my website, which is www.majidviolin.com.
Can you play us out while I take us home? Well, we'll take everybody home together, all right? I'll thank everybody for joining us, and you play the music in the background. Here we go.
Okay, one, two.
Thank you so much. Ma JiD, violinist, composer, educator, Kip Academy String and Rhythm Orchestra. Want to thank you for tuning in and checking it all out. And you can watch live interactively. Just go to BronxNet and you go straight there. BronxNet TV, all right? Thank you for keeping connected to us. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let the choice control the chooser. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. Of the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS. I love you all. Peace. Beautiful, beautiful.